now serving 822. This is Morning Live. And yeah, that's the original sign from Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think the family bucket is been supersized.
Well, you can see, the price has been removed from the thing as well.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a keeper. Hey, Gareth Roberts, thanks for joining us on Morning Live. That's just a sampling of the stuff. You know, the old cliche: one person's trash is another's treasure. Well, you're in the business, of course, with your company, JUSTJUNK. And before we look at some of this very cool junk, a quick backgrounder in your company.
Sure. We're 7 years old. We're based in St. Catharines, and we're all across Canada. Have some franchises in the United States, and we're a junk removal company. Full service. Remove anything from anywhere, as long as it's not household hazardous waste.
Right. So it's unlike the bins. You guys actually operate like movers. You just come in, you point to the stuff you want out of your house, and you guys get it in the truck.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We take it all.
Yeah.
And make it easy for people when they want to get rid of their stuff.
And in your line of work, you come across very cool items that you're sharing with us this morning.
Yes.
Why don't we start down here?
Sure.
We'll just work our way. Actually, I'll start right here. This is very kitschy. I mean, with Art Deco, the craze now, something like this, I don't know, well, it's functional. But
it's functional. It's a 1950s hairdryer. We're in a salon and even in someone's house.
That is so cool.
But you can see it's all the different little air pockets in there, your big beehive hairdo.
Yeah, but someone had clearly no longer had any use for it.
No, they didn't. It's very heavy, but it's a very nice looking piece as well.
It's very cool. That cooler... Coca-Cola cooler, that looks like an original.
It is. It's kind of interesting. That's from St. Thomas, Ontario. It was made in St. Thomas, Ontario.
Was it really?
It's actually a Coca-Cola product made in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're very, people who collect Coke collect all sorts of stuff. And they're very particular about where things come from.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a neat little piece there.
So, you guys are finding this stuff all the time. And some things you're actually, like you're often saying, are you sure you want this?
Exactly. Yeah. We're always asking our customers, and we're always saying, look, we're going to open up every box you have, or everything you give us, just to make sure that you know what's going on. I mean, we found stock certificates for companies and return them back to the customers. Yeah. We found, just one case recently, a bunch of medals for their grandparents from World War II and returned them safely to the rightful owners. Wow. And they had actually forgotten where they were. And they ended up in a box, and we're going through them all and returned them to them.
Speaking of war artifacts,
that's
this shell here.
Yeah, it's very heavy. It's a 105 millimeter tank shell. Can you imagine loading that? You guys can't get a feel for this weight, but it's quite heavy. I'd say at least 30, 40 pounds.
A great planter or a conversation
piece
in 2011,
and then some great books, too. I mean, I'm a bit of a book buff, and these are this book here, it's very tough to see it, but actually is almost 300 years old. It's a medical dictionary, and it's actually from the original translated edition from Latin by the actual author.
Incredible.
And printed in a churchyard in England. So again, not from Canada, unfortunately.
Right. And one of the original Webster's?
Well, this is probably 1856.
Okay.
And it was for the New Jersey School Board. Mm-hmm. That's what it says inside. So that's what we can gain from it. But again, a beautiful piece of art and history.
You guys need to start a museum, actually. You've got enough pieces.
Well, we thought about it, but not yet.
It's in your office now.
It's in our office and in some of the owners' homes. But they're just nice little pieces. I mean, I was showing this to you earlier. And I'm a big Bond fan. We saw this.
Me too.
Yeah, it's an Aston Martin with all the pieces on it.
This is the original made in England die cast.
Exactly, made in England die cast. And there's a whole box of other die cast here. Yeah, and these old boxes too are great. They're a piece of history as well. This old Sunlight from the Lever brothers is kind of interesting as well.
Wow.
But this is one of our newest additions, this cash register. We don't know anything just about it yet.
This is a new acquisition?
It's a new acquisition. It's a 1920s cash register. And, can you imagine this now versus our digital aid?
Oh, yeah.
Totally different.
Now, this typewriter actually is as old as it is. This was, you were saying, the first mass-produced typewriter.
Mass-produced typewriter. This is a typewriter that would have been in every office and in some homes. And again, it's extremely heavy. All cast iron pieces. This is not something that would break. It's not your iPad.
It's I was just going to say, a little heavier than a tablet.
Yes.
Thomas Edison.
Okay, this here is a wax cylinder phonograph. And if I can get it working, it does work once in a while for us. There we go. The flywheel's going. And you put your wax cylinder on, and it plays music to you.
Yeah, I recall seeing the wax cylinders. Now, have you had an appraisal on this, for example?
This probably, it's missing a few parts, but it's probably around $1,000 if it was in great working order. But we don't have any wax cylinders for it, and there is a piece on the front and the top missing from it. But only if it was in great order.
Okay, we might as well end on, I think we're running out of time here, so let's end on a very creepy note.
Okay, well, he's not together, but we have a very bizarre fellow.
He's not himself this morning.
He's not himself this morning. He hasn't got it together yet, but this is probably around 200 years old from India, and it's a medical skeleton.
Right.
So don't get any concerns.
Right.
It's a medical skeleton found in a doctor's home who no longer wanted it.
Right, but not synthetic. I mean, this...
No, this is a real human. So this is a very, very real human, and it's used for medical purposes.
Right.
It would have been given sometime in Victorian England. It would have been sitting in someone's office or in a medical school.
Right.
As for anatomy,
and now it's in your office.
And now it's in my office.
That's why you don't work late at night. Hey, Gareth, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Very cool stuff. Open that museum or...
We'll do something with it.
You got to come up with some ideas. This is really cool stuff. So, and again, if you've got some keepsakes you want to get in Gareth's museum, there's the website.
There's the website, yes, please.
If they're no longer keepsakes to you, JUSTJUNK.com.